Jose Reyes, should the Mets keep him or trade him? Hey everybody, it's Paulie, and welcome back to This Week in Red. And you know, in recent weeks, a lot of news has surrounded the New York Mets, both on and off the field. Off the field, of course, David Einhorn has decided to invest $200 million in the Mets to give them a little bit more financial flexibility. But on the field, most of the issues around the Mets surround the status of Jose Reyes, their star shortstop, who's having a career year. And really the dilemma for the Mets is, what do they do with this guy? They know at the end of the season he'll be a free agent. Do they let him leave and take the 2 draft picks that they'll get for compensation and try to draft 2 good young prospect players out of the college or high school draft? Or do they try to maximize his value right now by making him a half-season rental for another team and try to get some tangible assets back? Or if they decide to keep him also, do they just let him play out the season to give their fans a reason to come to Citi Field? And it's really a tough spot for the Mets because right now they're hovering around 500, a couple games below, and they're kind of not really in the wild card race. But, you know, publicly they're not going to say they're not in the race. They're going to believe that they can get into it and get into contention. So they really want to give their fans a reason to come out to Citi Field. So it's really a tough spot for the Mets. And you know what? If I was GM Sandy Alderson, I would probably hang on to Reyes for the rest of the season because, again, you do need reasons for fans to come out and see your team when you're not really going to be in contention. However, there is one caveat there. If Alderson is blown away by an offer by a team such as the Giants, who just lost their star catcher and best position player, Buster Posey, to a broken leg last week, you know, if the Giants call him up and say, hey, we're going to offer you one of our star young pitchers, not Tim Lincecum, obviously, but you know, if they call and say, hey, we're interested in Matt Cain being traded to you guys, or maybe Jonathan Sanchez or Madison Bumgarner, you know what? I have a feeling that Alderson's got to listen to that kind of deal because that's a deal that would help both teams. The Giants desperately need a potent bat in their lineup. Their lineup is kind of dead right now without Posey. They're kind of deflated. But you know what? They're in a division they could definitely win and try to repeat as World Series champs. Whereas the Mets, hey, if they're blown away by this offer and they can bring a pitcher of a Matt Cain's ilk into their team, I would go for it if I was them. Because those guys don't grow on trees, and that's the kind of deal you make for Reyes if you can. If another team calls and says, well, you know, we'll give you 3-4 prospects that are kind of middling, I wouldn't do it if I was Alderson. I would hang on to Reyes and give my team a reason to have some energy for the rest of the season. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from you. Would you keep Reyes? Would you trade him? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red. We'll see you next time.